I'm Bill Mott, and I have had the pleasure and privilege and opportunity to work with schools and nonprofit organizations for almost 30 years in helping them discover and uncover issues and challenges they face to do the kind of work that they want to do. A quote, it's one from Margaret Mead, and she says, "Never underestimate the passion and commitment of a few dedicated people to change the world. Indeed, that's the only thing that ever has." And when I hear that quote and I reflect on that, what comes to my mind are the 1.5 million nonprofit organizations in this country that make a difference, that have an impact. There are a lot of chairs behind me, and those chairs are filled by very important people who have an important function with the nonprofit organization. Who sits in these chairs, and how do they arrive at the chairs that they sit in? That happens in a very thoughtful way of what is going to make the organization stronger.
We interviewed 3 or 4 companies that came in, and Bill stood apart from those companies in a number of ways, not the least of which was helping to put the room at ease and making people feel confident in what he could do.
Often when I have an opportunity to meet with CEOs of nonprofit organizations, they share with me information about their governing board, issues and challenges that they face every day.
One of the things I appreciate most about Bill is that he, as a mentor, understands that relationship and understands the confidentiality. You've got to have those people in your life to whom you can turn and really ask for the advice when things get ugly. To have a resource like Bill, who I can really sort of lay it all on the table and get some honest feedback and some great advice. And without that trust, without that trusting relationship, and that exists at the board level as well, without that trusting relationship, you really can't get anywhere. It all starts with the board.
And it doesn't matter if it's a very young organization that's only a few years old or an established organization that's over 100 years old. These issues and these challenges can emerge at any time in the life cycle of an organization.
It's very important to have someone with a fresh outside perspective. It doesn't matter how old or how young your nonprofit organization is, you quickly develop habits. So to have an outsider come in and can bring that level of objectivity into the conversation. In 25 years of being a CEO or executive director for different boards, Bill's book was so helpful because it not only gives you the theory of board management and organizational management, but it also clearly illustrates how you can take those steps to implement those theories, and I found that incredibly helpful.
How do we get to a good and great governing board? It's all about recruitment and making an investment in that process to be sure that we've got the right people in the right seats on the bus.
I've known Bill Mott for 20 years now, and he really exudes a level of trust that I think comes through in his relationships. Really been effective in leading us to new heights in fundraising.
My philosophy is, and what I try to say in the book, is that partnership trumps hierarchy every time.
I've known him all these years and have relied on his good judgment. He understands nonprofit organization as maybe no one else does.
We've got to begin the mentality of a board of trust in which we work together and make decisions and come out of the room as a unit.
Bill is a seasoned professional. It's a joy to work with him because he listens carefully. He understands that all cultures, all schools, all churches, all institutions develop their own particular culture, and he listens carefully to understand those settings. He's thoughtful, he's warm, he's efficient. The promises he makes are invariably the promises he keeps. And the result, for us at least, was material and a program that we continue to use still.
Nonprofit organizations have such an impact on our society, and the way for these organizations to work the most effectively they can is for the CEO and the board chair to work as a team. When they do so, mission and vision become a reality, and these organizations thrive. And there's nothing our society and our culture needs more than nonprofit organizations impacting people and making a positive difference in the lives of everyone they serve.